There is water in the Broad Ripple Park pool, so why the heck isn't it open? Tonight we're going to get into that with a friend of the show, Emily Longnecker. We're also going to talk about Matthew McConaughey, the Oscar-winning actor at the White House today, talking about gun control, a passionate 22-minute speech to Congress today. We'll get into that, and we're also going to talk about the weather, which for the most part tonight was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, it's to be expected that we would have some rain and some systems moving through.
That's comfortable outside.
Yeah, pretty nice.
At least in Indy. South of 70.
Different story.
A little different story, and it's triggering a little couple of showers here. South of Seymour. Those are moving out of our viewing area, by the way. We're anywhere from 75 in Bedford to 64 in Lafayette, but this is what you're feeling, those dew points that have dropped down into the 50s compared to near 70 earlier today. But again, north along and north of I-70. Some big time action across the Central Plain states, and I show you that because that becomes a complex of thunderstorms that will be making its move towards central Indiana here. Now, I think our morning is going to be fine. It's going to be rather comfortable. This is the question mark tomorrow. Does this thing hold together, okay, and intensify as it moves in, or does it weaken and then we wait on the second round that comes in later this day in the afternoon? Either way, you got to be weather aware tomorrow. We've got a higher chance of getting severe thunderstorm warnings and possibly some rotating thunderstorms. So that's in play for tomorrow. Still some uncertainties exactly how it all evolves during the day. We'll have a little better handle, I think, in the morning, but it is definitely a day you're going to want to watch the radar, watch us in the morning, and we'll keep you posted in the afternoon, too.
Need that weather app on our phone, don't we?
That's always a good way.
On, by the way.
Keep Sean in your back pocket.
That's right. We'll get back to Sean, talk a little bit more about the Wednesday storms in a moment. We want to turn our attention, though, to what happened today at the White House. It's not often that you see an Oscar-winning actor make a passionate speech about any issue at the White House, but actor Matthew McConaughey was there talking about gun control and what happened at his hometown in Texas.
Yeah. Well, I was going to note that it was his hometown. Let's take a listen.
We start by making the loss of these lives matter. Responsible gun owners are fed up with the Second Amendment being abused and hijacked by some deranged individuals. These regulations are not a step back. They're a step forward for a civil society and the Second Amendment. Look, is this cure-all? Hell no. But people are hurting. Families are, parents are. And look, as divided as our country is, this gun responsibility issue is one that we agree on more than we don't.
Yeah, passionate speech by Matthew McConaughey today. I thought a couple of the things that he was asking for. He wants the age to buy an AR-15 raised to 21. He wants he wants background checks. So those are a couple of the things that he talked about today. Yeah,
currently that age is set at 18.
Right.
I think it was just so poignant that he was making an appeal to both sides. And me personally, I don't even think he was necessarily choosing a side. He was just saying that we need to do something as a country. In that last line there where he's pointing out more of us agree than we disagree. So let's try to move in that spirit. Let's try to move in the spirit of compromise, and maybe something can help. It won't fix issues completely, but maybe it's a step in the right direction that us doing something as a country could help.
Yeah, he's from Uvalde, Texas, as we mentioned, and he talked about the 19 students and the 2 teachers who were murdered that day. And one of the things that he did that was very poignant, he held up pictures of the kids and had stories about each of the kids. And he had somebody in the White House briefing room holding a pair of green shoes that belonged to one of the girls there. Was that his wife?
That was his wife.
That was holding those shoes. Yeah, and so talked about trying to get the message across to both sides of Congress to pass gun legislation as we move forward. So.
And I think it helps humanize the issue too. While people are, politicians are screaming about which side they want to prevail, let's remember what has been lost and the families that haven't been impacted, not just with Uvalde, with the hundreds of other shootings that have just happened this year alone.
Right.
So it was good. I will say, on a separate, not as serious side, it was very interesting seeing this Oscar award-winning actor in the press office. So that was definitely, weird. But this is when worlds collide, and he had a clear statement to make.
Yeah, you bet. So we'll have more on that tonight on 13 News at 11. All right, let's talk about our final topic of the night, and that's swimming pools. Look, as the temperature goes up, kids want to go swim. A lot of pools are open across Indianapolis, but Emily's here to tell us there's one pool that's not open yet.
Well, there's a few pools that aren't open yet. 6. There's 17 pools across the city in Indianapolis. 6 are open right now, and 2 are going to be opening here sometime in June once they get some repairs going. But there is a big question about whether the pool at Broad Ripple Park is going to open. There's water in it, right? There's water in it, but the city, and you can see it right there, there's water in it, but the city is saying they cannot say for sure if they are in fact going to open it. And residents there, many who have, this pool hasn't been open for 2 years. So residents there are anxious for it to open, but a spokesperson with the Parks Department says the reason for not all these pools being open is they have a lifeguard shortage right now. They need 200 lifeguards at least, at minimum, to be able to open all 17 pools across the city. Right now, they've hired 81. They've got 81 lifeguards right now. So they are doing another round of tests next week, lifeguard training and testing, to see who makes the cut, and they're hoping that more people will pass the test, make the cut, and they'll be able to open more pools, and potentially Broad Ripple is on that list. So we were talking with some folks who are out there kind of peering in the fence today, looking at the water, hopefully saying, when is it going to open? When is it going to open?
Yeah.
So
when I was growing up in Chicago, it was high school kids that really flocked toward those jobs because they make good money, right?
High school and college, they've raised it. They've raised the wage. The spokesperson for the Parks Department told me it's up to $13 an hour right now for lifeguards. Used to be 10. So they've raised that. There's potential for signing bonus. They're also looking for cashiers and pool managers. So, and yeah, it is a lot of high school kids, a lot of college kids.
That's good.
I myself did it. I was a lifeguard back in the day. So
There's pros to this. You also get a good workout in, and you might meet some fun kids. I don't know.
Or some not so fun
I'm trying to get
kids.
these pools open, folks. I'm trying to get them open.
It's a hard test. I mean, I don't know what the test is now, but back in the day in Pennsylvania, it was a pretty rigorous test. We had to swim a mile. We had to tread water for 20 minutes with a 10-pound brick over our head.
I didn't realize it was a mile.
I mean, that was back then. Now, that was back in the day. I don't know what the requirements are right now. That's something we should look into, definitely.
What's their timeline? Because that's a big deficit. That's did I do my math right? 120 they're short?
Yeah. I mean, they're hoping to bring some more pools online to open in June and July. But
how frustrating is that? You've got a beautiful pool. Yeah. The water's in it, looks refreshing. You got 90-degree temperatures coming next week and it's not
hot.
open.
Yeah.
Okay, Emily, you should do it.
Right, exactly. My morning job. That's what I'll do in the morning before I come. My weekend and morning job.
There you go.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know what the requirements are right now, what the test involves. I don't know that I could pass it at this point. I mean, I would hope so, but you never know. It's a pretty.
A mile is far. I hope it's not a mile.
It's pretty rigorous. I mean, it was back then.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now. It was back then. And
did you rescue a kid when you were
I did. Listen, I rescued a couple kids. I remember this one little kid. He ate too many Nutty Buddies and he jumped right in the pool, and he shouldn't have, and he got a cramp and he sunk right to the bottom. And I remember thinking, like, I was 16 at the time, which is a big responsibility. I mean, I was right. I dove right in. I did too. I dove right in, got right to the bottom, and pulled him up. And he, it was not easy. It was not easy.
Yeah.
So,
Scott, don't you just hate when that happens when you eat too many Nutty Buddies? Jeez.
It's been a long time since I've had a lot of Nutty Buddies. Just saying it though is pretty funny.
Right? I mean, you're supposed to wait, right? Isn't it that the rule? You're supposed to, if you have a snack, you're supposed to wait 30 minutes. This
That's
kid
what my mom always used to
went
say.
right in, boom. boom, sunk right to the
I thought that
bottom.
was so you don't get sick and throw up,
I
but
think
I
that
never
may be
thought
it.
about a cramp.
Well,
cramp.
cramps, yeah,
Yeah.
throwing up in the pool, that's
Yeah,
going to ruin everybody's
he
day.
got a cramp and sunk. So there I was on the scene, right?
All right, so Emily's got that story for you tonight on 13 News at 11, and Sean, more on the forecast for
Yeah,
tomorrow?
we're quiet in the morning. It's going to be afternoon and evening. That's going to be our timeline for the potential for. Well, definitely going to have some storms, but some of those are going to be severe too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Zubilation coming on Friday.
Showers. Showers in play right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got that Loverboy concert on Friday that
Yep.
I'm going to, the Styx concert.
Oh,
Going to have this
Up at Ruloff.
right now showers. I hope it goes south, but
Oy.
that's our call right now, my
All
friend.
right, we'll go.
You can still have fun out there.
Yeah, we're going to be all over that.
You can jam it up.
All right, we'll all be with you tonight on 13 News at 11. Thanks so much for joining us tonight at 10. Good night.